We are back, and joining us now is the musician Ice-T. You might remember his controversial rap song, Cop Killer, but he is also an educator and, as you saw in the green room, a loving father of a son that we call Little Ice. Thank you for coming on our first week. I love being on with you on cable about a year ago, and I truly appreciate you joining us here tonight.
Yeah, that's why I came back when they told me you had the show. I was like, okay, most definitely, Tom is cool. So.
Terrific, terrific.
Yeah.
Let me ask you here about, in addition to being a rap star, you're also an educator of sorts now. You go to colleges, universities all over the country. You get 500, 1,000 kids in there, and you don't so much educate as just chat with them and listen to them. What is that all about?
Well, it started a few years ago. Some rappers, myself and a rapper named Big Daddy Kane, were going around to junior highs and high schools, and we would talk. And first, a lot of people say, rappers, let them into the schools? You know, never. But then we went in there, and we got a good response. And the word got out that, you know, we were reaching kids and stuff. And the next thing you know, colleges started asking us to come. And I've done Harvard, I've done Stanford, and it's been very interesting.
You're getting very establishment, aren't you?
Well, you know, I'm the kind of person where, you know, if you want to talk to me, I'm going to come talk to you, you know, whether you like me or not. I'm not afraid to sit down in front of somebody. So, I mean, when they wanted me to go to Harvard, I'm like, wow, this is cool, you know. But I was still Ice-T there, you know what I'm saying?
And when you go to Harvard or the other places, what happens there? Do you talk? Do you take Q&A, combination? What?
Yeah, I kind of like, you know, due to the fact I've been through a lot of things, you know, I've been through lots of censorship issues. I've come from the streets. I was out on the streets heavily involved in crime, moved from that into music, films, and other things. They ask me questions about everything. From some of those people are going into entertainment law, and then they ask me about the streets, and it's just a lot of different things. But basically, I just try to give them an outlook on life and from the perspective of the streets, you know.
The last time we talked a little bit about your outlook on life. And I think we talked about, you know, if the African-American had gotten here first, the white people would be where the African-Americans are and have been. You know, that whoever got here first would establish the power and more or less set up the system.
Yeah, my belief is who has the money, you know, does whatever they can to keep the money. You know what I'm saying? So, therefore, whoever holds the cash will create rules based around it themselves so they can keep the money, you know. I mean, in America, black people were never even supposed to be allowed to read.
Right.
And to think that...
Let alone make money.
Yeah, so to think that things have changed any great deal. Now, I'm not somebody who'll say, well, that's just happening because these white people. I don't necessarily believe that. But the situation does still stand true. It is like that.
Now, with your success, I would assume has come financial security for you and your family.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Really not?
You know, it's funny. And
let me tell you why I asked it, because if you had a pile of money, wouldn't you want to keep it?
Yeah,
for your son's education and your security of your families.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I'm a person who I would be much more financially secure if I were more greedy. Okay. You know, I've shared a lot of my money with, you know, people in my community. I've tried to run organizations and my friends, and when you decide that you want to be that secure, sometimes you just have to, like, not care about people. And, you know, one thing about America is it's so easy. You look at black people and you say, well, some black people have money, but that's just an illusion. There are no rich black people. I mean, Michael Jordan might have money, but he doesn't own the team. The baseball players don't own the team. We don't own a network. And if you get to the high echelon of where money is, there's nobody black.
Right, right.
So it's like, it's an illusion. Well, Ice-T has money, Eddie Murphy has money, but it's nothing, you know?
Well, you wear big hats, as we say, but you ain't got cattle, you know?
In reality. And I think it's an injustice when they show people like that. Hey, you guys are doing okay, so you shouldn't be mad because Ice-T is doing it. But no, I mean, I saw Mike Tyson go to prison. I've seen them go after Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson and take down, you know, people. And I think there's still people out there that don't want to see certain people have things.
Does that mean that you think Mike Tyson got a raw deal?
Most definitely.
Really?
No question. He was railroaded, and it's unfortunate. But I think it was a message to everybody out there that, yo, no matter how much money or affluent you think you are, I will put you in jail, black boy. You know, I think it's just like that. You know, it's cold, but it's cold. but that's how I feel. I mean, that's how I feel.
And in the case of Michael Jackson, should not the allegations of child molestation been looked into?
No, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, it's possible. I mean, there's white people out there that are doing things wrong today too. But I mean, the whole situation is my point is I'm making is there's no black person rich enough to control anything in America at this point.
True. And in these dialogues that you have with the students, like when you go into these schools, what do they really want to know from you? Do they have the concern about the streets and why there is the violence in America? And in your view, what can be done to stop it? Would that be the number one thing that comes up in these dialogues, Ice?
At this moment, the teenagers and the people in college really seem to care. And I'm saying that sincerely. I mean, you're looking at a new generation of youth that don't want to carry the burdens their parents let, because racism is a baton that gets passed along. And you got kids in there that one day might be sitting on the Supreme Court and are Ice-T fans. And they're saying, Ice, man, we can't learn it any other way. Nobody's going to tell us. We're not going to get it off TV. What's going wrong? What went wrong? And I try to bring it to them, in my way.
Right. And I was talking here last night with Maya Angelou. And we were lamenting the fact that a lot of, let me do the commercial and I'll make the point and also get to you on the toll-free exchange word, 1-800-95-CBS-TV. I'm Tom. This is the simulcast. We're coming right back on CBS after these messages.
Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand?